friends, welcome. My name is Brittany and I'm so happy that you've decided to join me today. This has been a requested class, so I'm really excited to be able to offer that for you. This is another Hatha practice, 1 hour Hatha, really focusing on strengthening and stretching the whole body, tuning into the breath as we hold our shapes a little longer, breathing even deeper, and using our breath as a gateway into this moving meditation. For this class, I don't require any props. However, you're at home, so feel free to use whatever you'd like. Always meeting yourself wherever you are and just enjoying your journey one breath at a time. So when you're ready, once you've set your sacred space, hop into something comfortable and we'll meet in child's pose. So coming to your hands and knees, take a moment here before you send the hips back. Spread through the fingers, coming into tabletop for a brief moment, pressing the earth away, just thanking the ground beneath you for its support. Deep breath, inhale through the nose, and let's sigh it out. Good. Opening up the knees as wide as it feels best, tops of the feet flat, big toes towards one another, and start to surrender the heart forward and down as you walk the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Allowing the head to rest on the floor or in space, or perhaps on another piece of support. Feeling this length that you're creating here from the hip creases all the way up through the sides of the body, up into the fingertips. Any little bits of movement that you feel called to take here, feel free to explore that. Maybe massage the forehead right to left. Maybe tenting the fingers, lifting the palms up. Continue feeling the hips surrender back towards the heels, lengthening out through the lower back. And just noticing how you feel today. Start deepening your breath here, perhaps tapping into Ujjayi, breathing in and out through the nose as you slightly constrict the muscles in the back of your throat. Whatever breath you choose to use for this practice, be sure to make your breaths full, deep, smooth and even, so finding that balance between effort and ease. That's what this Hatha practice is all about, finding balance, not only in the physical postures themselves, not only in your breath, but also in the mind, the heart space, just finding that beautiful balance between effort and ease, yin and yang, sthira and sukha. Together we take a deep breath, inhale through the nose, lips stay sealed, exhale through the nose, Ujjayi breath. Again, filling up, letting go. Slowly start to lift the head. Let's come up onto hands and knees, meeting in our tabletop. Shoulders directly over the wrists, spread through the fingers, hips right over the knees. We're going to warm up the wrists a little bit more here, so tucking the toes under and just start to shift front to back. Try to keep the heels of the hands down as you shift the weight forward, shoulders past the wrists, and then the weight back, hips towards the heels. So here we're waking up through not only the arches of the feet here with the toes tucked, even the ankles, but we're warming up through the forearms, the wrist joints, the fingers. The whole time you're doing this movement, keep the belly drawing in towards the spine. Core is really active here. Last round. And then coming back to center. Taking the fingertips, face them away from each other and just start to go side to side. Belly still drawing in. Shifting the weight right to left. And then from here we keep the hands as they are, and then just start to guide yourself into some circular movements here. Hips go back towards the heels once again, shoulders move past the wrists, but our hands are in a different shape, direction. It's always so important to warm up the wrists, no matter if you feel called to do the arm balances I offer today or not, because our wrists go the other way are so important, and we use them every day. Being really conscious of how we treat them as an act of love. Coming back to center. This time, this will be different for everybody. Press the earth away and start to flip the hands to whatever degree feels good to you. Don't force it. They can always be at an angle. Keep pressing the earth away and let's just hold here. Remembering that the neck, the head is an extension to the spine, so keep the spine long. If you're not feeling much and you'd like to find more sensation, take your time, but you might send the hips back. Maybe gently the heels of the hands lift, but don't force it. Oftentimes just this is a lot. Take 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more. And then slowly, one hand at a time, come back to center. The toes are still tucked here. Send the hips back, and now we surrender the hips to the heels for this toe balance. Sit up tall, coming to the tops of the hands and lightly press. So we're stretching through the tops of the wrists. Keep guiding the shoulder blades down the back. Surrender as much weight that feels comfortable to you here into the heels. As you stretch through the arches of the feet, the plantar fascia, connective tissues right at the bottoms of the feet. Last round of breath for the counter stretch in the wrists. Good, and slowly open the eyes. Release the hands, lightly shake it out, rotate it out, whatever you need. I'm sure your toes are going to be excited for this release. Untuck the toes and pat it out. Great job. Spreading through the fingers, rooting down, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, arching the back, draw the heart forward through the gate of the shoulders. Exhale, rounding, initiating the movement from the tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale again, cow pose, arching the back, heart slides forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest, cat. Once more, inhale, cow pose. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Exhale, rounding in the spine, cat. Coming back to center. Inhale, send the right leg back behind you, flexing through the foot so all 5 toes are pointing down, and then reaching through the left fingertips, finding the spinal balance. Take another big breath in, and a big breath out. Either staying right here, working on this balance, or adding a little bit more by bending the right knee, right toes point up, flip that left hand behind, and try to reach for the foot. Whether you grab the top of the foot or the ankle. And if you don't have the grab today, that's okay. Just pretend like you're holding it and keep sending everything up and behind you. If you are holding the foot, then lightly press the foot into the hand so we can open up to this left shoulder. Be mindful that we want the right knee to point down and not to the side, so check in. Keep pressing into that right hand. Opening through the chest, the lower back here. 1 more breath. Good, and then lightly letting go. Release back down, all 4s. Inhale, cow pose, arch the back. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Coming back through center, send the left leg back, so switching sides, flex that back foot, strong through the left leg, option to stay right here, or maybe reach to the right fingertips. Growing long from the left heel, out the right fingers, big breath in, and big breath out. Either just working here, holding, finding the strength in the front of the body as well as the back, or maybe play with the opening, bend the left knee, reach back, try to catch the foot or ankle. Inhale, pressing the foot into the hand. Open the heart. Breathe here. Opening up through the right side of the chest, that right shoulder. 1 more breath. Lightly releasing hand from foot. Come back down. Tucking the toes under. Let's walk the hands 1 palm print forward, spread through the fingers. Lift the hips as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. So start to settle into your first upside down V-shaped downward dog. Playing with different movements to settle in. Maybe shake the hips side to side. Shake the head yes and no. Freeing up space here in between the shoulders and the neck. Perhaps pedal the feet, bending the knees one by one. Trying to get the belly to the top of one thigh and then switch. Waking up through the hamstrings, the back side of the body. Energizing with each and every breath. And then start to settle into stillness. Spread through the fingers, drawing the outer edges of the armpits down to the side of your mat. Remember, you can always keep a little micro bend in your knees if you need to. We're really focusing on lengthening our spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, look forward between the hands, bend the knees, and exhale, slowly start to walk towards the top of your mat. Forward fold, release down. Inhale, rise to stand, bend the knees, press through the feet, reach the fingertips all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Adjust your clothing if you need to, drink water, whatever you need to do, making this practice your own. We're going to move through 3 rounds of traditional Hatha Surya Namaskara A. Take a deep breath in and out. Releasing the hands. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. And we begin. Open the eyes. Inhale, arms reach up. Maybe adding the back bend now or later. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips. You can swan dive or move the hands through prayer. Inhale, step the right foot back, drop the right knee, lift the chest for low lunge. Retain the breath, step back, high plank. Exhale, knees down, chest and chin down as the elbows hug the side of the body. Heart sliding forward as you come to the belly, tops of the feet. Cobra Bhujang Asana. Tucking the toes under, exhale, hips lead the way. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Stepping the right foot forward again. Plant the left knee, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise to stand, reach the arms up and overhead. Maybe add the back bend. Hands to heart center, Samastitihi. So that was the right side. Release the hands, and now we move on to the left side to complete round 1. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Flowing with your breath. Inhale, reaching up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Fingertips plant, step the left foot back. Knee down, heart lifts, lunge. Retain the breath, high plank, step back. Exhale, knees down, chest and chin down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Sliding forward, inhale, Bhujang Asana, use the muscles of the upper back. Exhale, knees press, or you can float them up as you tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward between the hands, right knee down, lunge. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, sweeping the hands forward, up and back. Hands to heart center. Round 1 is complete. Take a moment here, release your hands. And just notice how you feel. So Surya Namaskar really translates to saluting the sun, sun salutations. Saluting the sun not only in the sky for the energy it provides the earth and all its inhabitants, but saluting the sun within, Agni, that fire. Saluting that flame that burns so brightly within each and every one of us. Really representing our passion, our self-confidence, our self-esteem, our power. Deep breath in. Hands to heart center, exhale. Round 2, let's flow. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, knee down, heart lifts. Retain the breath, high plank, step back. Exhale, knees down, chest and chin, Ashtanga Namaskara. Bhujangasana, inhale, cobra, heart lifts. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, hips go back. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left knee down, lunge. Exhale, forward fold, stepping to the top of the mat. Inhale, rising to stand, open up the chest. Exhale, bring it to heart center. Release the hands, take a moment, notice how you feel. Good, inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart, moving on left side. Inhale, lifting up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back. Lunge as the heart lifts. Retain the breath, high plank, step back. Knees down, chest and chin down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Bhujangasana, lift through the chest. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, go back. Inhale, left foot forward, knee down, heart lifts, lunge. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, top of your mat. Inhale, rise to stand, bring that energy up and above. Exhale, energy drawing into the heart center. Releasing the hands. Round 3. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot back. Knee down, heart lifts. Step back, high plank, retain the breath. Knees down, chest and chin down. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, downward dog, send it back. Inhale, right knee to the chest, step foot forward, lunge. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, rise to stand, maybe the back bend. Hands to heart center, exhale. Release the hands, check back in, inhale. Left side, last time, exhale. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, take it down. Left foot steps back, lunge, heart lifts. Retain the breath, high plank, step back. Knees down, chest and chin down. Heart lifts, inhale, cobra, shine the light forward. Exhale, downward, take it dog. Downward dog, take it back. Inhale, left foot steps forward, knee down, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold, top of mat. Inhale, rise to stand, open the chest, press the hips forward. Hands to heart center, Samastiti. Release the hands alongside the body. Pause here for a moment. Stand tall. And just notice any shifts or changes in the physical body, mind, body, heart center. One more breath here. Good, opening the eyes. You shake it out. Whatever feels good, I'll turn to face you. We're going to move into a standing balance posture, Vrikshasana, tree pose. Grounding down into the left foot, stand tall. Bend the right knee, lift the right knee, clasp fingers on the outside of the right shin. Maybe use this time to rotate out the right ankle. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down the back, lifting through the crown of your head. Fix your gaze on one point of focus for balance. On your next inhale, draw the right knee up a little higher. And either using the hands or not, guide the sole of your right foot wherever it feels best to you. It could be here, low, toes on the floor, knee drawing open because this is hips opening. Or maybe the sole of the right foot to the right shin, or perhaps to the inner thigh. Lightly press into the left leg, so try not to push too much weight where the hips go out, so stay tall. Keep the pelvis, hips neutral, opening up that right knee, and then maybe start with the hands to the side of the body like this. Or perhaps maybe exploring hands to heart. Or maybe extending your branches up and overhead, growing taller towards the sun. Maybe add a gentle smile to this asana and breathe. One of my favorite things to do in tree pose is add a lateral bend. So if you feel called to play with more balance, slowly, with the gaze still fixed, send both hands over to the right side, and then you find this nice stretch on the left side of the body. Maybe release the right hand down. Good, keep breathing. Reaching the hands back up if you were to the side. Hands to heart center. Release the foot down. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Catch the right wrist with the left fingers. Exhale, standing half moon to the left. Inhale, rising up. Now we release the hand, catch left wrist. Exhale, gently pull it over to the right. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold, bow down. Take a moment here in your forward fold. You can always bend the knees a little. Maybe shake the head side to side, sway side to side. Before we do tree pose on the other side, gaze down at the toes, open the eyes here. Take your peace fingers to big toes. Inhale, press the feet down and extend the arms straight as you lift the chest. Guide the heart forward. So you should feel a nice opening in the backs of the legs, into the hamstrings. Draw the belly in. Padangusthasana. Breathe. One more inhale, lift the heart. Soft bend in the knees, not too much unless you need it. And as you exhale, elbows go outward this time. Bend the elbows and draw the crown of your head down. Continue finding length in your spine and imagine you're trying to lift your toes up, lift the feet up from the mat, but your feet won't let you. So feel that resistance here as we stretch to the backs of the legs, lengthening the spine. Another breath. Good, releasing the hands. Fingertips can slide up the shins or stay on the floor. Halfway lift, inhale, reset. Exhale, fold, bend the knees quite a bit here. Rest the belly on top of the thighs. Pressing into the feet, keep the chin tucked into the chest. Head is heavy. Let's roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Wring out the spine. Got any movements you need? Shake it out. And let's take tree pose on the other side. So grounding down. You can stand hips distance if you like. That's more stable, or big toes to touch, space in the heels. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, open your eyes, fix your gaze on one point that's not moving. Rooting into the right foot this time. Lift the left knee, clasp the fingers on the outside of the shin. Pulling that left thigh up towards the left ribs, and take a moment to rotate out the ankle, wiggle the toes, stand tall, reaching through the crown of the head. Good. Pressing firmly into that right foot. When you're ready, guiding the sole of your left foot wherever it feels best. Remember, you have options. Toes can be on the floor like a kickstand. They can go up the shin or up to the inner thigh. Just make sure you're not standing on your knee. And guide the hands in whatever position feels right to you. Continue opening the left knee over to the left so the hips are opening. And we breathe. Experimenting with your branches and taking any variation of the arms. Perhaps that lateral side bend, this time to the left as you open up to the right side of the body. Embrace your wobbles, embrace your shakes. It's all part of the practice. And maybe add a smile to this asana. Finding that balance between effort and ease. If you're in the side bend, reach the arms all the way back up, shoulders over the hips, lengthen through the spine. Hands move through the heart. Exhale, gently release the foot. Good. At the top of your mat, inhale, reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, send the hips forward, maybe a little deeper into the back bend. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, sit low. And let's lift the heart, chair pose. Draw the tailbone down towards the heels, length through the spine, reach through the fingers, and breathe. Weight is in the heels. Maybe even looking up in between the hands if that's okay in your neck. Otherwise, keep the gaze neutral out in front. So you can sit a little lower. Feel the power in your ankles and your legs. One more big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhale, step your right foot back as we set up for warrior one. So plant your back heel, toes are about a 45-degree angle, and heel turn that left foot out to the left slightly. So you're not on a tightrope here. There is space between your heels. Bend your left knee, pressing firmly into that right heel, rise up. Virabhadrasana 1. If you need to, you can release your hands for a moment, maybe to the hips, and just finding neutrality again in your pelvis. Lengthen the tailbone down. Find the neutral tilt, so you don't want to dump all the weight forward, and you don't want to sink it back. So finding balance, and breathe, pressing firmly into the big toe mound of the left foot, either staying right here, or reach the arms back up. We're going to take 5 deep breaths, warrior one. Breathing here, either gazing forward, or maybe gaze up between the hands. Continue melting the shoulder blades down the back. Firmly pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, inner arch of the left. Relaxing your jaw. Keep that bend in the left knee. One more big breath in. Exhale. This time, take your hands down to frame the front foot and slowly extend that front leg. If you need to walk that back foot in a little bit more, that's fine. Setting up for pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, coming up onto the fingertips if you're not already. Check in with the hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Either staying right here as you exhale, or maybe bending through the elbows and start to bow. Think more belly to the left thigh rather than nose to the knee. So try to avoid rounding. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Lead with your heart. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of the left foot as we draw the belly in. Stretching deeply into the left hamstring, as well as the right hamstring here as you press firmly into the right heel. Another breath. Slowly rebend the left knee, bend the right knee slightly, step forward, Uttanasana, fold top of your mat. Inhale, rise to stand, sweep the arms up and overhead, maybe take the back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, releasing the hands, sitting low, knees bent, Utkatasana. Here we are again, weight is in the heels. Lengthen through the lower back, reaching through the fingertips, maybe look up. 5 deep breaths here. Continue softening the shoulders, relaxing the face. Good, 3 more. Keep spiraling the inner thighs towards one another as if you're squeezing a block between your thighs. Strong legs. Feel the core engaged here as well. Last 2. We sit a little lower on this last breath. Good, exhale, forward fold, bow down. This time we step the left foot back, setting up for warrior one. Remember, you can heel toe the right foot out slightly. No need to stand in one line with the heels, so there's space. Right knee's bending. When you're ready, rise it up. Warrior one. Working to get this right thigh as parallel to the mat as you can without straining that back ankle. Firm press into that left heel, outer edge of the left foot. Pressing firmly into the inner edge of that right foot, right big toe mound. 5 deep breaths here. Warrior one. Shoulders softening. Maybe the gaze goes up. Keep working the left hip forward, right hip back. Feeling the strength in the legs, especially that right quad. I know it's burning. Last 2 breaths. Good, 1 more. And now slowly start to reach forward. Hands come down, straighten that front leg. That should be nice. If you need to, walk that left foot in slightly, drawing the hips to level. So the left hip forward, right hip back. Soft bend in the right knee if you need to. Coming up onto the fingertips, inhale. Either stay here for the exhale or finding that bow position. But remember, think more belly to top of thigh rather than nose to knee, so avoid rounding. Stay strong in both legs. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Lengthening out through the crown of your head. Nice deep stretch for the back of both legs. Firmly pressing into that left heel as you work the left hip forward and the right hip back. Gently bending into that right knee, look forward and softly step forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise to stand. Maybe sweep the arms up to the side this time. Hands to heart center, exhale. Take a moment, notice how you feel. Good. Opening the eyes. I have to scoot back a little bit here so I have space, so you might need to as well. Make sure you have space to extend your legs. So grounding down, our next standing balance pose. Hand to big toe pose. Grounding into the left foot. Bend your right knee. First, let's stay here again. Clasp the fingers on the outside of the shin. So we did this earlier. Maybe rotate out the ankle. All right, so the first stage, we're going to take the twist with the knee bent to start, and then see what happens from there. Keep the left hand right where it is, outside of the right shin. Slowly open your chest to the right. Reach your fingertips behind you. Right fingertips go behind. Continue standing tall. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Root into that left foot. Now you might just stay right here. Continue working on finding balance. Another layer of this would be to take your left peace fingers to your right big toe, or you can take the left hand to the outside of the right foot, so whatever feels right to you, and perhaps work on extending the leg. Revolved hand to big toe pose. Don't worry about if that right leg is straight or not. It's really more important about the length in your spine. So if you need to keep the right knee bent, that's totally fine. Keep lifting through the crown. Maybe send the gaze to the right thumb. Good. 3 more breaths. Maybe smile. Relax the face. Now wherever this right leg is, whether the knee is bent or not, let's all return to center. So send the gaze forward. Let's reach the arms up and overhead. If you'd like to keep the leg extended or maybe extend it now, try. Keep that heel lifted. 1 more breath. Slowly release the right leg back behind you, this time warrior 2. All right, so check in with this. You can relax your arms for a moment. Front heel to back arch is the alignment. Bending into the left knee, maybe wiggle the left toes forward a little bit. Make sure your left knee is over the ankle. If it's in front, that means you actually have more space to open up a little bit deeper into the hips. Grounding into the outer edge of the back foot. Reaching through the fingertips forward as well as back. Gaze down for a moment. Make sure you see your left big toe. If you don't, that means that your knee's collapsing in, so really be sure that you protect the knee joint. And soften here. Shoulders over the hips. Gaze is forward, or maybe gaze goes in. You might close your eyes. 5 deep breaths. Warrior 2. Continue finding that balance between effort and ease. Opening up through the heart. Opening through the hips. Last 3 breaths. Energy really active through the fingertips. Nice, peaceful, strong warrior here. 1 more breath. Good. Now from here, flip your left palm up. Inhale, send it up and over, and start to extend the front leg to straighten. Reverse triangle. Breathing space into the left side of the body. Gliding the right fingertips down that right leg. One more breath. Good. As you exhale, send the hips back. Reach forward through the left fingers. Reach until you can't reach anymore. And then releasing left hand down. Maybe to the shin. If this is too wide for you, then just heel toe the back foot in a little bit. So find what works for you. Reaching through the right fingertips, shoulders stacking. Heart is opening, hips are opening. So keep drawing the left hip under, right hip back. Navigating all the angles of the body here in space. And breathe. Maybe look at your right thumb. Keep the heart open and the breath flowing. Pressing firmly into the left big toe mound. Feel the energy drawing out through the legs. Trikonasana, triangle pose, 2 more breaths. Good, now from here, strong in the legs, inhale, come back up. Keep that front leg straight and just start to pivot onto the ball of that left foot, or rather the heel. So now the toes are all pointing to the right side of your mat. Reach the fingertips up. And now exhale, warrior 2, back of your mat. So point your right toes to the back. Look down, front heel to back arch alignment. When you're ready, bend that right knee and set it up. So now you're in warrior 2, facing the back of your mat. Bending into the right knee, make sure you see the front big toe. Opening up through the hips, the pelvis is neutral, so don't dump too much weight forward or back. Find balance here. And then when you're ready, reach and extend. Quick glance down, make sure you see your right big toe, it's really important. Take the gaze where it feels best, either out to the front fingertips or close the eyes, look in. 5 breaths here, warrior 2. Firmly pressing into the left heel, rooting into the right big toe mound. Feel the strength of your whole body, especially your shoulders here. Energy zipping out of each and every finger. Another breath, maybe sink a little deeper. Good, opening the eyes, flip the right palm up. Inhale, tip it up and back. Extend the right leg. Nice little break here for a reverse triangle. Breathing a lot of space, length. Breath into the right side of your body. 1 more inhale. And here we go, moving into Trikonasana. Hips go to the front of your mat, over to the left. Reach, reach, reach to the right fingers. And when you can't reach anymore, right hand comes down and left hand goes up. Remember, if this is too wide from your warrior 2, just heel toe the back foot in, that's cool. Opening up the chest, shoulders are stacking. Maybe send the gaze up to the left thumb or anywhere else that feels good in your neck. Remember not to lock the right knee, a little micro bend to keep the legs active. Opening up the hips and the chest. 4 more breaths here. Really try to use the strength of the core to support this shape. So if you're pressing all the way into the right shin, I challenge you to lighten it a little. So much so that you would be able to just reach the right hand forward. Last 2 breaths. I know it's burning. 1 more. Good, slowly come back up. Front leg, or right leg rather, stays extended. Just come up onto the right heel so the toes point over to the left. Big breath in. Exhale, come back to warrior 2, front of your mat. This time, we're gonna come up into a crescent lunge. Lift your right heel, reach the fingertips up, inhale. Exhale, slowly step forward, hands to heart. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good, opening the eyes. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit the hips low. Weight is in the hands. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Maintain your chair pose. Try to keep the thumbs at the center of your chest. And now we're going to twist over to the right. So you're going to cross the left elbow over the body. Hook it if you can to the outside of the right thigh. Take a quick glance down before you go into the full twist. Make sure your knees stay in one line. Oftentimes that left knee will try to venture forward. And then from there, then you spiral to the right. Actively press the right hand into the left. Try to work over to the right so that the shoulders are stacking. Heart is opening. Thumbs try to stay at the center of the chest. You can stay right here. Maybe you open up through the chest even more, left fingertips down, right hand high. Or if you want to play with the arm balance of side crow, releasing the hands down and play with the arm balance. I'm not going to instruct how to get into this today. We'll save that for a different day. But if this is in your practice, you can play with this. Wherever you are, we're here for 3 more breaths. If you're in the arm balance, slowly come back to revolve chair. I know it's a lot. 1 more breath. I'm sweating. Good. Exhale, forward fold, release to center. Heel toe the feet about hips distance here, friends. And find the ragdoll variation that works for you. Head is heavy. Spine is long, hinging from the hips, not the waist. Maybe sway side to side. I am really hot today. It's so hot here in San Diego, so if you're sweating like me, if you need to pause the video, get water, wipe yourself down, that's fine. And we only have to do that twisted chair 1 more time on the left. And then we'll work down to seated. All right, friends, here we go. Heel toe the feet back to either hips distance or big toes to touch. Space in the heels, wherever your chair pose is today. Deep bend in the knees, sit the hips low. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Thumbs try to stay at the center of the chest. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, make sure the knees stay in one line. Twist over to the left. Remember, you can look down if you need to. Knees in one line, and then when you're ready, open up to the left. Actively pressing the left palm down. Try to work the shoulders to stack over one another. Remember, you can stay right here. You can open up. Left fingertips high, right fingertips down. Or slowly plant the hands and play with side crow. If that works for you, I have to scoot back a little. And breathe. So find what works for you. Relax the face. Just be okay with wherever you are today. For those that are in the arm balance, slowly coming down, we all return to a revolve chair. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Good, let's reset the spine. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a lot here so the heels lift and we crouch down into pendant pose. You can take the hands forward if that feels good to you. For more balance, your heels are lifted here. Hands can stay closer in. To play with more balance, give yourself a big squeeze, draw the belly, top of thighs. And then lift your head, open up through the knees, either using the hands or not. Slowly roll down. Coming to a seat, we're going to come into butterfly. Baddha Konasana, walk the heels in towards one another, soles of the feet together. I am so hot today. Okay, so walk the heels in, clasp the hands on the outside of the feet, lift the heart, offer it up. Exhale, hold here. Good, again, inhale, lift through the crown of the head. Now this time, let's take a fold. Exhale, bending the elbows, and start to fold forward and down. You can let the spine round. Maybe using your elbows to the inner thighs or towards the shins even, or the calves, and press lightly down, but don't force it. And breathe, 5 breaths here. Lengthening through the back of the neck, opening up through the hips. Just only going as far as it feels good to you, finding sensation but never pain. Honoring wherever you are today in the practice. Good. Slowly start to roll yourself back up. Take the hands to the outside of the knees. Draw the knees together like a book. And I'll return back to where you guys are. Extend your legs. If you need to, shake it out. Massage it out, pat it out, whatever you'd like to do. All right, so from here, keep the left leg extended. You're gonna bend your right knee, take the sole of your right foot to the inside of the left thigh. So when you look down, you're in a tree pose, but you're seated. So we did tree earlier. Keep the left foot really active, flexing through the foot, and actively press the back of your left thigh into the floor. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips. Make sure that your chest, your torso is facing that left leg. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana, forward fold towards the extended leg. Now don't worry if you're this far or not. It's more important that you have length in your spine, so if you need to, you could stay up a little higher, supporting yourself with your hands. For those that are down here with me, if you have the space, maybe grab your left wrist with your right fingers. Continue working the heart forward, flexing through the left foot. Wherever you are, keep breathing. 5 breaths. Keep working that right knee down. Good, another breath. Wherever you are, lightly let go. Roll yourself up. All right, so keep the legs right where they are. From here, we just did a forward fold. Now we're gonna take a lateral side stretch with the legs just as they are. So keeping your right sole of your foot to the inner left thigh. You can take your left hand to that right knee, or maybe the outside of the right thigh, a little low, right above the knee. Reach your right hand high. Exhale, reaching the right fingers over to the left, so towards the left toes. Now you might just stay right here. Nice opening through the right side of your body. Continue holding that right knee or thigh for support. If you have the space, without rounding forward, so we do want to keep the right shoulder drawing down and back, maybe you find the toes, maybe you don't. Keep opening up the heart to the right. A nice lateral side stretch here. One of my favorite things to do is stretch to the side of the body. You can look up towards the right elbow crease, towards the ceiling or sky, or you can look down. Notice what sensations you're feeling along the right hip all the way up through the right ribs, right armpit, fingertips, shoulder. And then slowly bring the right hand high. Take your time to come up and release. Before we come out of this, right hand comes behind the right hip, left hand swoops forward and up. Lift your hips, press into that right shin, and we take a back bend here, baby wild thing. Wherever your left hand wants to go, you can go straight up, behind you, hand to heart, maybe hand to the back of the head. Find what works for you. Open the chest, send the hips high. Maybe drop the head back for a breath, open the throat. And then very smoothly, slowly, with love, come back to the earth. Beautiful job, you guys. Extend that right leg. Shake it out, massage it out, rotate out the neck if you need to. And just notice how the right to left feels, and let's find balance. So switching sides, right leg extended, bend your left knee. Sole your left foot to the inner right thigh. Right leg's really active. Actively also pressing the left knee down. Inhale, reaching up, torso is extending towards the right leg. Exhale, leading with the heart. Think more belly to thigh rather than nose to knee. Janu Shirshasana. If you're this far here with me, perhaps grab the right wrist with the left fingers and continue working the spine long, so lead with your heart. So try to avoid this rounding. Keep reaching forward, shine the heart light forward. Flex the right toes towards the face. Breathe here, 5 breaths. So no matter how low or high you are, that's fine. Accept where you are today without any judgment, attachment, or story behind it. This is just where you are today. Just being okay with that. Meeting yourself in the present moment with eyes of compassion and love. Last 3 breaths. Can you find even more length in your spine for the last 2? Last 1. Wherever you are, slowly ripple it up through the spine. All right, so let's take the lateral side stretch here. Right hand crosses over to grab the left knee or outside of the left thigh, right above the knee. Inhale, reach the left fingertips high. Flex that right foot. Exhale, start to hinge over to the right, so you're opening up the left side. And for me, I'm definitely not as open as I was on the right, so I can't even I'm not even gonna force my left fingertips towards the toes. I'm gonna stay right around here. And if you'd like, if you have shoulder injuries maybe, then you just come here with me, bending your left elbow, rest the hand on the lower back. So then we still get that side stretch on the left without collapsing the heart forward. Using the right hand for support. So here we're opening up from the left hip crease all the way up into the left ribs, left shoulder, even the left side of our neck. 3 more breaths. Keep opening up through the chest, drawing the left shoulder blade down the back. Good, wherever you are, slowly come back up and release. All right, left hand shifts behind that left hip, plant the palms or fingertips, right hand sweeps in front, press out of the left shin into the left hand, and open up the heart, baby wild thing. Tucking the tailbone under, open the chest. Any expression of this right arm, make it your own. Good, slowly traveling back down to the earth. Left leg extends to meet the right. Remove the flesh from the sitting bone, sit up tall. Dandasana for 3 breaths. So take the hands to the outside of the hips, spread the fingers, and we're not pushing ourselves up, just a gentle support. So lengthen through the spine, flex through the feet, creating this right angle here. Heart open, shoulders softening down as the neck grows long. 3 breaths. Bring a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest to elongate the back of the neck. 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more. And slowly open your eyes. Keep the activation in the legs. Just reach the hands all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Remember, just like you did with half, hands can stay down on the mat for support as much as you'd like to keep the length in the spine, or maybe clasp fingers this time, Kali Mudra maybe, index fingers point forward with the thumbs, and we breathe here. So remember, think more belly to thighs rather than nose to knees. Length through the spine. Breathe. Feeling the breath flow from the base of your spine where Muladhara chakra is the root, making its way all the way up the spinal column, the Sushumna channel, all the way up to the crown of your head. Relaxing the face, last 2 breaths. And slowly start to open your eyes wherever you are. Release the hands, ripple all the way up 1 vertebrae at a time. This time hands come back behind the hips, fingertips face forward. Coming into reverse plank, press through the heels. Squeeze the shoulder blades together here and then lift the hips. Keep working to get the toes to point towards the top of your mat. Shoulder blades squeeze towards one another. Lift through the hips. Breathe for 3. Light on the wrist, shift that weight slightly forward into the mounds of the fingers. 2. And then on 1, slow, controlled release. Bend the knees, walk the heels in. Grab hold of the shins, clasp opposite elbows. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze, belly presses to top of thighs. Maintain this clasp in the arms, and then just exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest, maybe forehead meets the knee. So let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, open up the front body. Exhale, open up the back of the body round. Last time, inhale, open, squeeze, thighs to top of belly. Exhale, round. Good, coming back up. Scooting slightly forward and just start to make your way to your back. However you'd like to do that today. You can use your hands, not use your hands. And we roll down. All right, we're gonna send the legs up to the sky. Take a moment here, so Viparita Karani, waterfall. This is a really great place to just stay, breathe here as we relax the legs. Release any tension from the legs as all the blood starts to flow down to the heart. Maintaining the lower back here on the ground, so keep pressing into the sacrum. You might just stay right here. For others, if you feel called to come into Sarvangasana, shoulder stand with me. I'm going to scoot forward slightly so you can still see me in the frame. If you need to look first to make sure you do it right, and do it here now, so that when you're in the pose, we do not want to be looking right to left. So try not to look at the video when you're coming into this, and know what you're doing first. If you're going to come into shoulder stand, inhale, lift the hips, and start to press into the elbows, into the forearms, into the shoulders, as you guide the hands to the lower back to start, and lift through the feet, through the toes. Remember, we do not want to look right to left. So for the first couple breaths when you get here, just take a moment to notice how it feels where you went first before you make any big adjustments. You do want to make sure that the neck has some space, that you're not hinging so much from the neck that you can't breathe. So the back of the neck is really long. And then once you're ready and you want to work to getting straighter, then bend the knees. Draw the knees towards the nose, and then let the hips lift even higher. And then you use this as an opportunity to walk the elbows towards one another more, and the shoulder blades down the back even more. And then the hands actually will end up starting to go towards the upper back versus the lower back like before. And then you can re-extend, maybe find some more length. Breathe. Remember, don't force this. You can always keep the sacrum, the lower back on the floor. In that first variation I showed you, waterfall. Remember that most of the weight is in the elbows, the forearms, the shoulders, not your neck. You can stay here, or if you would like to come into plow pose, halasana, flex through your feet as if you're standing on the ceiling. Start by sending the right leg down and back, and then the left leg follows. Continue supporting your upper back here. If the toes do touch the floor above the head, maybe release the hands. You can interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades down the back even more. But if your toes do not touch the ground right now, then keep holding the lower upper back. Only release the hands and plow if the toes are on the floor. Keep working the hips high and pressing into the shoulders, the triceps. Your neck should still be somewhat free. Hips keep going high. Breathe for 5. 4, legs are really active if you're in plow. Feet are flexed. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so wherever you are, slowly with control, especially if you're in plow pose, support the back body once again. Let's all start to bend the knees and slowly return to the earth. Take a very mini Savasana for a moment, just to allow the effects of that inversion, whatever variation you chose, to settle in. So extend the legs. Arms up to the side of the body. Just take 5 breaths here just to notice how you feel. And now we move to our counter pose, Matsyasana, fish pose. So draw the legs together. You're going to lift your hips up, so you're going to actually be sitting on top of your hands, create a diamond shape here with your hands, thumbs touch, index fingers touch. So you're on top of your hands and your glutes are on top of your wrists. All right, firmly pressing into the elbows and the forearms. Point the toes here. Inhale, lift the heart. So you're pressing all the weight into your elbows, your forearms, your palms. Lift the chest, puff it up, and then exhale slowly. Start to drop the head back. So 90% of the effort here is in the elbows and the forearms. Knot in the head. Opening up through the heart with each inhale. And dropping the head back, opening through the throat with each exhale. Three more breaths. Let's counter pose, fish. And take your time, really slowly pick the head up. Drag the elbows out from under you. Hips lift. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Lift the forehead to meet the knees after that. Give yourself a big hug. Rounding through the spine. And then releasing the head down. Continue holding the right knee in towards the right armpit, but extend the left leg long. Left heel's heavy on the mat. Draw the shoulder blades down the back again. Head is resting. Let's rotate out that right ankle. And keeping the lower back pressing into the floor so the sacrum is grounded. Now we start to extend the right leg. Now we clasp the fingers first to start in the back of the thigh. Flex your right foot. And then point it. Notice the difference in sensation in the calf. And then maybe start to guide the interlaced fingers up towards the right calf. But notice if the shoulders started to lift. If they did, keep them down. So maybe the hands stay down. And if you have the flexibility, maybe you clasp the fingers to the back of that right heel. Keep firmly pressing in to your left heel here as we stretch deeply into the right hamstring. So don't force anything that doesn't feel right. Remember, find what works for you. 2 more breaths. Now we're going to set up for our supine twist, starting here first and then making adjustments as needed. So see what you can do here. If you can take your left hand to the outside of the right foot, open your right wing out, right palm faces to the sky, right shoulder down, and then from here we enter the twist by just guiding the right foot. I have to scoot to the side. Over to the left with the leg extended if you can for supine twist. Now I know this isn't accessible to everybody, so if you need to, then release the foot and just bend that right knee. Maybe take your left hand to the top of the right thigh. If that's still too much, just bend both knees, okay? And just find the twist that works for you, as long as the shoulders are both grounded. Now if you entered it here with me and that right leg is still extended, and the left hand is still grabbing the outer edge of that right foot, and you want more, maybe bend your left knee and see if you can grab the top of your left foot with your right hand. All while keeping that right shoulder down. So find what works for you. Take the gaze wherever it feels best. To the side, or maybe just neutral. And just rest the back of the head and take the gaze inward. Breathe. So we're opening up through that right hip, outer right hip here, that right glute. The leg is extended, that right hamstring's getting a nice stretch. And if you're here with me, grabbing your left foot, opening up through that right shoulder even more. And then slowly releasing the left foot. If you have hold of it, extend the leg again. We're going to release the right foot now, bend the right knee, come back to center, scoot the hips to center, extend both legs up. Use your hands, give yourself a little massage with the backs of the legs, the tops of the legs, and then bend both knees, rock side to side. Maybe massaging your spine, making little circular movements here, hands lightly on the knees, and then switch. And then let's switch sides. So extend the right leg long, right heel comes heavy to the floor, hug the left knee in first, bending the knee. Clasping fingers to the top of the left shin, and try to work to eliminate space between the left thigh and the left ribs. Maybe rotate out the left ankle. And then we come into the hamstring stretch, or extend the left leg. This time we clasp fingers to the back of the left thigh to start. Start here first. Remember, right heel's on the floor, right shoulders are grounded, or right shoulder and left shoulder grounded. And if you want more sensation, then working the hands to the back of that left calf, perhaps to the left heel. Only if that feels okay to you. Don't force it. This is quite deep. Just meet yourself wherever you are today. Breathe here. Keep flexing your left foot. Still active in that right leg. And now we enter our spinal twist from here. Remember, if you need to, you can just bend the knees and roll the knees over to the right. Otherwise, with me, right hand to the outside of the left foot. Open the right wing, or left wing, out. So top of the left hand down. Try to keep your left wrist in line with your left shoulder. And now we shift over to the right hip and start to guide the left foot over to the right. Remember, in your spinal twist, it's just more important for the twist to come from the belly button down. So make sure your shoulders are both firmly planted on the floor. If you need to bend both knees, go ahead. If you need to move that right hand to the top of the left thigh rather than the foot, that's totally fine. And if you're seeking more sensation, you feel pretty good here, then bend your right knee and slowly try to find your right foot with the left hand. Keep working the left shoulder down. Breathe here. Relaxing the face, softening the jaw. For those that are holding the right foot, very slowly let go. Work to extend the right leg again. Bend your left knee, so release that foot. Come back to center. Knees both lift up. Scoot the hips to center and the legs extend. Good. Any little bits of movement you want in the ankles. If you want to massage the outer hips after that, pat it out. Good. From here, bend the knees and finding happy baby Ananda Balasana. Whether you grab outer edges of the feet, peace fingers to big toes, or maybe just the hands come a little lower today, back of the thighs is fine. Find what works for you and exploring any last little bits of movement. Maybe rocking side to side. If you want to extend the legs again, getting a little bit deeper again into the hamstrings, feel free. And then together we take one more deep breath in, sigh it out, releasing the feet down to the earth, and then slowly releasing into your final resting position of Savasana, whatever that is for you today. Legs extended, arms out wide, or any other position that calls to you is fine. Working the shoulder blades underneath the back once again. Allowing the heart to expand upward. The body to rest and be heavy. And letting this be an opportunity for you to allow all the sensation, all that fresh oxygenated blood that we cultivated in this practice to flow and settle in. Allowing yourself to rest. Allowing the eyes to stay gently closed as you relax and soften your face, melting the point between the eyebrows and the outer edges of your eyes, and allowing that wave of relaxation that you started here in your face to flow down into every other part of your body, into your mind and into your heart. Just continue breathing here. Savasana. And then exhale, surrender it out through the mouth. Gently start to move through your fingers and your toes. Allow the eyes to continue resting in the back of your skull for a little longer. As you start to wake the body back up. Perhaps reaching the arms up and overhead as you draw the legs together. Take a big wake up stretch here, allowing the heart to rise towards the sky. And let it go. When you're ready, gently bending the knees one by one. Perhaps give yourself another big hug. Picking the feet up, drawing the knees towards the chest. Maybe forehead meets the knees here. Big squeeze. And just thank yourself for being here today. Slowly start to come up to your final seated position. Whatever that is for you today, cross-legged or kneeling. Allow the eyes to gently rest. Sitting up tall, maybe allowing the neck to move a tiny bit here if it needs to. Just coming back to your seat. And then finding stillness in your seated shape, I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose again. Fill all the way up. Sigh it out with a sound. Good. Bringing the hands to heart center and Anjali Mudra, salutation seal. Lightly lift the heart to meet the thumbs. Eyes gently closed. Feeling your heart beating. Your breath flowing through you. To close this practice, I invite you to finish with the mantra Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, the mantra for peace. Bringing peace not only into our own practice today, but sending the peace vibrations out to everyone and everything around us, near or far. So sit up tall. Let's take a cleansing breath together first. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale for Om. Gently start to bow your head down towards your fingers. The divine light in me honors, humbly bows to the divine, beautiful light within each and every one of you. Wishing you a beautiful day ahead. From my heart to yours. Namaste.